Welcome in, guys. My name is Robbie. I'm a profitable sports bettor. I also go by the name Closing Dime. Last year, I made over $35,000 sports betting. I made this YouTube channel to share my information with you guys and to help you become profitable sports bettors. In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between bookmakers and retail books, how positive EV lines are formed, also how arbitrage lines are formed. So let's get into it. A bookmaker is considered any book that originates their own line. This would include books like Circa, Pinnacle, and Bookmaker. Now, these books are often considered a sharp. Let's talk about how bookmakers work, how their odds change, and how they make money. So, the bookmaker typically opens up a line well ahead of any retail book. So, this could be a NFL game a week or two before any other book has a line out. Now, when they do that, they're subjecting themselves to a lot of risk. Their line is not yet that sharp. So, what they do is they set limits on everyone betting that original line, and they move their line based on the price action. So at first, say you can only bet $1,000 into this market because the line just originated. Say a bunch of people start hitting one side of the line, then the line's going to move in that direction. Once the book sees a good 50-50 split on the betting on each side of the line, they know they're confident in that line and they can open up their limits a little higher. Now, the closer to game time it gets, the more their limits will go up. That's because they have more information and they can be more confident in the lines. So bookmakers strictly move based on price action. They're taking, a 3 to 4% tax with their VIG, and they're just trying to keep the bets 50-50. That's unlike retail books, and we'll get into that later. The other thing that sharp books or bookmakers do is they don't limit their players. This allows professionals to bet into their lines, just anyone that has models, anyone that is knowledgeable about what they're doing. So these books don't limit because they actually want the sharp action to be more confident in their lines. Okay, let's talk about retail books. Now, retail books are books like FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars. These books will limit profitable sports bettors. This is because all they do is follow the price action of sharp books like Pinnacle and Circa. So, for example, sometimes you see someone post like 80% of the money is on one side, and you wonder, why isn't this line moving? It's because those stats are just from the retail books, and they don't limit sharp bettors. So they're just taking action from the public, basically. And the books aren't afraid to take 70% of the money on one side of the line if it's just by the public betting. They limit anyone that is sharp or profitable, so they don't have to worry about losing money long term. Yes, they might lose on a game, but long term, if you just win money, you're going to be limited, and they don't have to worry about people long term making money on them. Like I said earlier, all profitable sports bettors will be limited on retail books. That being said, when you see the stats about bet percentages and where the money is coming in, that's all just information that retail books are giving you. The Pinnacle and other sharp books are not giving you that information because that's how they set their lines. It's valuable information for them to keep. So when you're seeing bet percentages and how much money is coming in, those are just retail books. And we know that people betting on retail books are not sharp and not profitable. So there's really no good information we can take when you see that. Obviously, there is some sharp action on these retail books. Big time sports bettors have multiple accounts. They have people making bets for them. So there is a little sharp action in the retail books. Even myself, I'm not completely limited in every book. For the most part, FanDuel is the only book I haven't seen limits on, but a lot of times, like MGM, Fanatics, ESPN Bet, I have like a $10 max. So they're not seeing any of my sharp action. Now that we understand how these books work, we can have a better understanding on how positive EV plays show up. Essentially, all it is a sharp sports book will quickly move their line because of money sharp action coming in or an injury or whatever. So all the retail books will move their line to coordinate with the sharp book. But if one of these retail books are slacking and they become stale, which means they don't move their line and the rest of the market has, that's where you find positive EV plays. Now, this also works for arbitrage plays where you have one book move their line really quick and the other one sits there. And now you have an arbitrage opportunity because those lines are disagreeing with each other. Eventually, the book that's slow to move will catch up with the market and correct its line. But that little, sometimes it's only 2 to 3 minutes you have to hit these lines before they move. Now, this is just a general understanding of how retail books and bookmakers work. A lot of the retail books, they work a little differently. They have a risk management team, so they might be willing to move their lines quicker with the sharp books, or they might be a little hesitant until they get a certain amount of money on one side before they move. But generally, they're following sharp books. Let's talk about reverse line movement. Now, this was always a tricky concept that I didn't understand until I understood how bookmakers and retail books worked. Like I said, reverse line movement is when most of the money and bets are coming on one side, and yet the line continues to favor that side. So let's just say Patriots getting 7 points this week, and you're looking at these retail book stats that are telling you, 80% of the money is on the Patriots, and you see this line go from +4 to +5, and you wonder why they're continuing to, you know, add value to that side of the market that's always already getting so many bets. That's because the sharp books are actually favoring the other way. And the sharp books are what sets the market, not the retail books and not what the public is betting. That's how reverse line movement is created. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys are interested in profitable sports betting, please subscribe to my channel. I've been posting a lot of content on how to make money in sports betting. If you could like this video, leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to put a link to my Discord below. We're just a group of profitable sports bettors trying to help each other out and beat the books. If you have any questions, you can just leave them in the comments, or you can join my Discord and leave a question there. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. I hope you guys liked this video. Thanks for watching. Let's go make some money.